guys, this is Mary. You're watching Cards TV. Today over at Cricut Cards Challenge, the challenge is to make a card with a beach theme, and it can be for any occasion. You can use any cartridge you like and any colors. So of course I pulled out one of my favorites, Life is a Beach, and I just got Elegant Edges. I am so in love with this cartridge. It's just got so many awesome cuts in here, and you can make a book and all kinds of backgrounds and things. So I had to use it as well. So let me get everything together and I'll show you what we're going to make today. Okay, out of the Life is a Beach cartridge, of course I picked this cute little mermaid. I just love her. And you'll find her on page 42. I cut the background for her out of a kind of a peachy ivory color, and I cut her at 3.5 inches. Then I came over here to layers, and this is where you find her tail, her hair, her little bra, and her flower. Now I didn't want to have to cut it out several times to get each piece I wanted, so I went to my Gypsy and I took each piece out of the group and separated it so that I could cut it just one time out of each color, each little piece. And it was all done at 3.5 inches. Then out of Elegant Edges, I found this oblong, and it's on page 58. And I don't know, something about this reminds me of a shell. I don't know what it is. When it's cut out, it just reminds me of a shell. So I cut this oblong out of white, and I cut it at 3 3/4 inches, and then I cut the shadow for it also at 3 3/4 inches. And I'm going to get the papers and everything and show you exactly what I cut out. Here's my card base, and this is ivory, and this is a 4 1/4 by 5.5 inch card. On top of that, I'm putting a piece of this tan, and it's 4 by 5 1/4. Then I have a piece of this really pretty yellow, and this is 3 3/4 by 5. I love lots of layers. Then I found this really cute color book paper, and it looks like waves. And this piece is 3.5 by 4 3/4. And this is all going to layer together just like this. Now I wanted a background for my mermaid, so this is where I used the Elegant Edges cartridge, the oblong and the shadow. So here's the oblong. Now I have inked around everything very lightly with some creamy brown chalk ink, and it's mostly to hide the white edges and just give it just a little bit of definition from the background. I didn't want to have a lot of inking on here, but this, like I told you before, was cut at 3 3/4 inches. That's the shadow. And look at this. There's just something about it. When you layer this together, it makes me think of a sand dollar. I don't know why that is, but it just has a look of a sand dollar, I think. And this was cut at 3 3/4 inches also, out of white. And here is my little mermaid. She was cut at 3.5, and I took some chalk and I highlighted her eyes out of turquoise with the chalk, and then I gave her some blush on her cheeks, and then I highlighted her mouth also with pink chalk, because the Cricut does cut this out for you. And she's going to go right there. Doesn't that look like a sand dollar behind her? I don't know what it is about that. Here's her hair out of brown, also at 3.5. I cut her tail and her little bra. Where is that? Here it is. This is so tiny, very tiny, out of some pink glitter paper. This is from Three Birds, and this is really good quality glitter paper. It will not get glitter everywhere. You can run your finger across it. Nothing. It does not come off. It's great. I got it at HSN. I also cut the pink flower for her hair out of the same glitter paper. And I'm going to get my adhesive and we're going to put all this together. And my sentiment is going to be sending you oceans of love. It's going to go right there. So let me grab my adhesive and my tweezers and my two-way glue pen, and we'll start putting this together. Here's our card base, and we're going to go ahead and put our little white oval on top of the shadow. I've got some adhesive on there already, and we want to get this as straight as we can. Okay, and we're going to put it on some pop dots. Here's our little mermaid. Didn't she turn out cute? We're going to put her on some pop dots, but we're going to use some smaller ones. And get her on the front of the card. I really love this, and you can send it just to tell somebody you're thinking about them, you love them. It could be a birthday card. Could be a get well. Any number of uses for this card. And it's so cute. I love this little mermaid, and I think she's going to go right about there. Love it. Let's get these papers off, get her on the front, and we're done. Here's my finished card for the Cricut Cards Challenge beach theme for this week. I added a Martha Stewart medium-sized pearl to the mermaid's flower, and I really think this glitter paper just made this little image. And the Elegant Edges cartridge, oh, I'm crazy about it. This looks so much like a sand dollar. I added my sentiment down here. This was done on the computer, and the font is Menu Nouvelle at 16 points. Thanks so much for coming by today, guys. I hope you'll come and join the challenge now at Cricut Cards Challenge. I'll see you again real soon. Bye now.